To all the men out there looking into IULs, you could be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars by not taking action today. Now, you might be thinking,
but I'm young and healthy. What's the rush?
well, would you move a little faster if I told you waiting could cost you $1.7 million in cash value? Let me show you some examples. Let's dive in. First off, did you know on average that men have a lower life expectancy than women? Now, this is going to get interesting, so stick with me. According to the CDC, the average life expectancy for men is about 74.5 years, and for women, it's about 80.5 years. That's a difference of about 6 years. Here's the kicker. Life insurance companies know this, and as a result, men pay higher premiums than women, even if they're approved at the exact same age and health rating. And if your goal is to use a permanent policy to grow cash value, this alone can have a drastic effect on your policy's cash value over time. On average, men pay somewhere between 10 to 20% or more the cost of insurance than women. Let's take a look at an actual example for a term policy. So for example, let's say we have a female that is 30 years old, preferred health, non-smoker, looking at a $1 million term life insurance policy for 30 years. That might cost her an estimated $60 a month. But if her honey is also a male and 30 years old and in preferred health, non-smoker, looking to get the same $1 million in coverage for 30 years in a term policy, he's estimated to pay about $85 a month. That is a $25 difference a month, and $25 a month times 12 months times 30 years is $9,000 over 30 years. Now, big cause of this is because men statistically have a shorter life expectancy than women because they're just at higher risk for certain health issues and things that are going to affect them later on. For example, as men get older, there's a higher likelihood of certain conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes occurring. According to the CDC, heart disease and cancer are two of the leading causes of death among men, and your chances increase drastically on you as you get older, and potentially to the point where you may be uninsurable. For example, there's a gentleman that I work with that is a young guy, 48 years old, good height, good weight, non-smoker, takes care of himself, exercises, eats good, never thought anything would happen to him, and unfortunately just landed in the hospital because he had a heart attack, and he had a second heart attack while he was there. So locking in your life insurance when you're young and when you're healthy ensures that you will get the best rates because you're going to lock that in, and that you have financial security and peace of mind moving forward because you will always be insured, you will always be protected, and the longer you wait, the more expensive those rates are going to get. Let me give you an example. We're going to keep the same male scenario from earlier. Male, 30 years old, preferred health, non-smoker, $1 million in coverage in a term policy good for 30 years for a whopping $85 a month. Now, let's see what this would cost him if he waited just 10 years to save until he is 40 years old. High chance something has probably happened in his health history where now he might not be able to get better than a standard health rating. Still going for that same $1 million in coverage for 30 years. You're looking at the premium on that policy jumping up to an estimated $220 a month. Now, that may or may not fit the budget, and if it doesn't, he might have to cut that 30-year term down to a 20-year term, which is still going to cost him approximately $129 a month. Now, life insurance really is all about securing your family's financial future, and the younger you do that, the less risky you look to the insurance company, making your premiums more affordable. And if you're trying to use your life insurance to grow cash value, possibly as a form of supplemental retirement income, locking in your IUL when you're young and healthy could save you millions of dollars in tax-free retirement income. Let's explore the cost of waiting. Let's look at that same exact example that we were looking at earlier. We've got a male, age 30 years old, preferred health, non-smoker. Let's say he's trying to get $300,000 in life insurance in his IUL, and he wants to save $1,000 a month until he's 65 years old. So that would be for 35 years. By the time he turns 65, he's estimated to have about $1.38 million inside that account if he's earning about 6% interest per year, which most IULs average probably closer to 8 to 9% over time. And then from age 66 to 90, let's say he decides to start taking income out of that IUL, he could take a projected $118,000 every single year, and that's tax-free. But if he waits until he's 40 to start doing this, he's probably not going to be in the best of health anymore, might be at standard health, and hopefully still a non-smoker, $300,000 in the IUL, still saving $1,000 a month, but this time he's only going to save for 25 years because, again, 65 is coming sooner. By age 65, he's estimated to have a projected $610,000 inside that account by the time he goes to retire, which will give him an income stream from age 66 to 90 of just about $50,000 a year. You do the math. That's a difference of $67,000 a year in tax-free income in retirement, or times 25 years, $1.7 million by waiting 10 years to get started. In addition to saving millions of dollars, life insurance can do so much more than just financial protection. Think of it as peace of mind. You can rest assured at night knowing that your family will always be protected financially if anything were ever to happen to you, and let's say it's an accident, or it's an injury, or it's a premature death. You will know that your family will always be protected financially, and they will never have to struggle in case of your absence. So gentlemen, what can you do about this? Well, if you're in your 20s and 30s, start getting some quotes so that you can see about locking in some life insurance for yourself while you're young and you're healthy and it's cheap, especially if you're looking into policies like IULs, because the cost of the insurance is going to drastically increase on you as you get older. And even if you don't have an interest in those, you might be thinking, well, I'm young, I don't have a family, I'm not married, I don't own any property. What do I need life insurance for? Well, if at some point in your future you plan to, you're going to need some life insurance. Locking in even just some basic term insurance is like a love letter to your future honey, telling her that you thought about her in advance and that her financial well-being and protecting her financially if you are no longer to be here matters to you. Because life insurance is so much more than just cash value. It's also about protecting your loved ones if you are no longer to be here and paying off any debts that you have. So that being said, if you're at the point where you're ready to take this next step and get some quotes and you'd like to work with me or my team, you're welcome to click the link in my bio in the description below to get access to our calendar so we can get together and give you some free quotes. If you know anybody that is a gentleman and they're in their 20s or 30s or even their 40s, please share this video with them so they can understand the cost of waiting that we just talked about today. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell to turn on notifications so you can get notified when my next video comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week on YouTube.